Okay, so we're in Sandy, Oregon, not too far from Mount Hood. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just kind of drive around a little bit and just give you a taste of the town. And I'm also going to be using AI a little bit as well. So before we even get into it, we're going to, there's a sign right there, Sandy, Oregon in the blue. Before we even get into it, I'm going to put it up on the map so you can see exactly where we are in our road trip. So stay tuned. Let's go take a look at Sandy, Oregon. Okay, we're cruising through Sandy, Oregon. Sandy, Oregon. Let's put this up on the map so you can see exactly where we are. And let's get right back into it. Let's show it to you, and I'll be using AI. So let's hear what it has to say about Sandy, Oregon as we drive through it. Okay, here we are in Sandy, Oregon. So I'm going to be using some AI to get a little bit more informed about it. So let's just ask AI about how many people are in Sandy, like what's the population, what's the demographics. Tell me more about that.
So in Sandy, Oregon, you've got a population that's hovering around 13,000 people as of the most recent estimate. It's a pretty balanced demographic mix. The median age is in the mid-30s, and it's a predominantly white community, about 85% white, with a small percentage of residents who are Hispanic or Latino, and a very small fraction of other racial groups. The town's got a decent mix of ages, with about a fifth of the population under 18 and about 13% who are 65 and older, with characteristics like 95% female. So anything else you want to dig into about Sandy while you're there?
Yep, so actually what I'm doing is I'm just going to be giving a little bit of a drive around Sandy, Oregon a little bit. And I noticed that Mount Hood is not too far away. Can you tell me about how far away Mount Hood is? And I can also see that there's a lot of like kind of skiing and things like that. So I'm curious about the tourism here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're looking at about a 30 to 45 minute drive from Sandy to reach the slopes on Mount Hood. It's super close and makes for an easy day trip. And you're right, it's kind of a hub for skiing and snowboarding in the winter and hiking and mountain biking in the summer. It's got a real tourist vibe year round, so there's plenty to do no matter the season. If you want more details on any of the ski resorts or local spots, just let me know.
So you said it was like 13,000 people. So are they can you correct me if I'm wrong? And then actually, do a lot of the people live here, or is there a lot of them that maybe they just come up and have like a second home or something like that?
Yeah, you're pretty much on the mark. A lot of folks in Sandy are year-round residents. It's a community with its own schools, local businesses, and a small town vibe. But you're right that there are definitely some folks who own second homes there, especially with Mount Hood so close by. You've got a mix of full-time residents and vacation homeowners who pop in for the weekends of the ski season. Anything else about Sandy or Mount Hood?
Can you tell me what kind of stores, and do they mostly cater towards tourists and skiing, or is there just like a big local community as well?
It's definitely a mix in Sandy. You got your local shops that cater to residents, think small businesses, local diners, and your everyday grocery stores, but they do have a fair share of tourist-centric spots too. Gear rentals, ski shops, cozy lodges, a few souvenir places. So it's a little bit of both. A local community that lives there year-round, and then a sprinkle of tourism on top. So if you're exploring, you'll find a bit of everything. What else is on your mind?
Can you tell me about the history? When did this town kind of come around, and when did it seem to explode in growth, and like a little bit of the history?
Yeah, sure. So Sandy actually dates back to the late 1800s. It was kind of a rest stop along the Oregon Trail originally, and then it slowly grew into a little logging town. But the real growth spurt didn't happen until after World War II. Kind of picked up as people started moving out from Portland and looking for that small town life near the mountains. And yeah, since then it's become a little hot spot for outdoor enthusiasts. So you got a nice historical blend there. Anything else you want to dive into?
Yeah, I didn't know about the logging history. So can you tell me a little bit about the logging history out here?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in the early days, Sandy was a classic Pacific Northwest logging town. A lot of the early settlers were working in the timber industry, and the town kind of grew up around those logging operations. It was a big deal economically for the region. Over time, as the logging industry kind of moved on and changed, Sandy transitioned into more of a residential and tourism focused area. So that for a little slice of its history. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know.
Yeah, what kind of like immigrant populations? Was it like Scandinavian? Was it Chinese? Did they come over from China as well? Was there a connection there? Where did these loggers come from?
Yeah, so a good chunk of the early logging population in Sandy was Scandinavian, Norwegian, Swedish folks who brought their timber skills with them. There were also some Chinese immigrants, especially during the railroad construction and gold rush era. So there's a bit of that influence too. Basically, Sandy's early community was a bit of a mix of those groups, rolled in with some folks from other parts of the U.S. Anything else on that history front you're curious about?
Yeah, how far away is the rail industry? I haven't really seen any rail out here. Is that near Sandy as well, or is that just something that's in the region?
Yeah, so the rail lines aren't really running directly through Sandy these days. Historically, the main rail routes were a bit further out. You're looking more toward the Portland area or other parts of the region for active rail lines. Sandy's more of a highway connected town. Let me know if there's anything else on your mind.
Yeah, how far away are we from Mount Hood, and how far away are we from Portland? Driving time and also in miles.
Yeah, sure thing. So you're looking at about a 20 to 25 mile drive from Sandy up to Mount Hood, which usually takes around 30 to 45 minutes depending on where we're headed on the mountain. And if you're heading into Portland, that's roughly 25 miles west and about a 30 to 35 minute drive on a good day. So you're kind of nicely sandwiched between the two. Anything else you're curious about?
I just saw a Thai restaurant, and I saw a yoga studio, and here's a Mexican and barbecue, two brothers. So it looks like there's a lot of variation in food. Is that because there's also ethnic immigrant groups coming in as well, or is that just kind of a demand for a lot of different variety of foods from tourists? Maybe tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat mix. You've got a little bit of influence from different communities that have settled in the area over time, and definitely a demand from both locals and tourists for a variety of food options. It's like this cool little culinary mosaic that kind of reflects both the town's diversity and the folks passing through. So, yeah, a little bit of everything.
I just went by Joe's Donut Shop. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, Joe's Donuts is a bit of a local legend. They went around since 1974, started by a guy named Joe right out of high school, and they'll kind of become this nationally known donut spot, which they're famous for their maple bacon bar, their apple fritters, and this whole big variety of donuts that folks love, especially on their way up to Mount Hood. So,
I didn't know that, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of so that came 1974. I also saw Voodoo Donuts in Portland, and I used to live in Portland in the 1990s. I don't recall that one. Sounds like Joe's Donuts far outdates Voodoo Donuts. Is that correct to say that?
Yeah, for sure. Joe's definitely has seniority. Voodoo Donuts popped up in Portland in the early 2000s, so Joe's has been at it for a few decades longer. So yeah, you could say it's a bit of an old school icon. Anything else you're curious about?
Is Joe's Donut also popular? Is that a chain, or is that in Portland, or is that kind of unique to Mount Hood area?
Yeah, so Joe's is pretty unique to the Mount Hood area. It's not part of a big chain. They've just got that one original spot. It's kind of a local gem. Anything else you're wondering about?
Kind of curious about the skiing. So when is skiing season, and where do those people usually come from, and how large of the industry is it?
Yeah, so skiing season up on Mount Hood typically runs from around November through about May, depending on snowfall. It draws folks from all over, lots of visitors from Cortland, of course, and the Pacific Northwest in general. It's a pretty big piece of the local economy. Anything else on that front?
I think we're good. So thanks a lot for telling me all about Sandy, Oregon. And so we just turned off the AI, so now you got a little bit of information, and we're just gonna cruise on down to some other stuff. So keep watching the channel. I'll probably put some more stuff from this road trip as well. And this has been Sandy, Oregon. Hope you enjoyed.